Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked. I am your host, the Joker's Voice, here to talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling. Before folks start saying WWE is riding the ship, they've turned the page, they're so back. Pump the brakes, folks. A couple good shows does not equate to a pattern yet. But let's go around the horn and introduce everyone here. To my stage right, where he will not be, where he will, Ego will be a little late. He's doing the woman's work at home. But back, full rank again. It is the captain, Duke Tail 95, Bradley Burnett. How are you, sir?
Doing okay, doing well. A little concerned about your statement. Is like, yeah, they righted the ship. I mean, clearly, just go by Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Marvel is back, guys.
Oh,
it's a perfect example. I see no problem. WWE is definitely back. Was it ever gone?
Oh, the end at the bottom there. Another adjectives. We have the nocturnal, invigorated Terminator. It is Matt, the unbearable 73. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good. We had a pretty good physical therapy session this week. I was in the gym, in the wheelchair, and we were doing leg stuff, and it went well. And so more progress,
Good to hear. Good to hear. And we do have some folks already in the chat right now. We have Grumpy Old Jumpmaster, in the words of Bender Bending Rodriguez. Let's go already. And from Huntsville, Alabama, Roll Tide Keely Chow. Roll Tide. And wow, he just starting right off the bat here. Here we go. If you haven't already, hit that like button the same way the Seahawks hit the Patriots numerous times in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl, with the numerous times the rematch September 20th, September 9th. Okay. That's wow. Okay, this is a lot more appropriate. That's like saying the Cowboys are back and this is our year. Keely Chow.
I'm here for it.
I know. Keely
Save
Chow.
it.
Okay, I'll save it.
Save it for when he gets here. We can just drop it on him. Keely has to come back in and say it. So we have to do the setup. Just blank him out of nowhere.
Alrighty. So I'm already seeing on the chat here. We got about 4 likes already. We have a goal every show to start off with an initial goal of a dozen likes to get the show started. Once we do that, we talk to MOMO. We love MOMO here. So let's get those likes up, and which is free to engage the show. But as you're hitting that thumbs up button, go down a little further into the description. You'll see the links to all of our social media, links to our YouTube channels, which we definitely want your eyes to increase those watch hours, as I have seen a skyrocket this past week. We are about 1,000 hours from 3,000, folks. We are making some progress here that is definitely possible by the end of the year. So keep that up. We want your eyes for your watch hours. We want your subscriptions. We want your likes. So if you don't mind, folks.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Thank you, Harley. And I forgot to make the Tully Television is here. WWE writing the wrongs of the Cowboys, saying it's insane. First off, Tully, there we go. Hold on, we got this right here.
Oh! Fatality.
Why am I even here at this point?
That is wonderful.
Oh, I didn't even see him show up.
And we have another one. Ego, hang on. We got to show this one here. We got this here. That's like saying the Cowboys are back, and this is our year.
Oh! Fatality.
Thought it was unfair that
here.
Well, we were saving it for you. We didn't want you to feel like you were being backstabbed. You had to be stabbed in the front.
And yes, very, very true. Very, very true. And Mr. Eric Douglas is here. Glad you're all here. Make sure to hit those like buttons. As I was lazy, fell asleep, and didn't have time to make the banners. But we are starting with a special segment. We ended last week the greatest Canadian-born wrestler of all time unanimously, but eking out the win was Bret the Hitman Hart. So I'm hearing echo. Matt, mute yourself. Okay. Better? Okay. Better now. Okay. So we're going to do a gauntlet here. And this gauntlet, I'm going to give 12 names. And when you hear the name of a better in-ring technician, bell-to-bell better wrestler than Bret Hart, you say stop.
Jade Cargill's clearly going to be on this list.
A better in-ring technical wrestler than Bret Hart.
Wow.
This will be interesting.
I could name guys who you consider about as good. I'm watching one of them right now. But
Okay. So number 1, Jinder Mahal.
First off, we have to remember who Jinder Mahal is.
Wow.
Fatality.
The gap is so large between Jinder Mahal and Bret Hart that it made us forget who Jinder Mahal is.
Right. Number 2.
Ego is a better technical wrestler than Jinder Mahal.
Wow. That's a compliment there, Ego. We have at number 2, Shinsuke Nakamura.
See, here's the thing. I got a question for you when you say this.
Oh, dear God.
Are we talking strictly in North American classical wrestling style?
Better in-ring technician, use whatever criteria you want.
Well, I've seen a lot of Shinsuke, and
No kidding.
If Bret's a 10,
Yes,
Shinsuke
we know.
a 9.7. So I'll say, I won't say Shinsuke here. It's close.
Okay. All that to get to this.
It's
Number
hard.
3.
So go ahead, sorry.
Number 3, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare.
Is the list going regressive?
I mean, but Cody is Ego's favorite wrestler. So
I like Cody, but he's not.
Number 4.
Bad.
Number 4, Randall Keith Orton.
Still aggressing. He's not. Oh God.
I'm just throwing names out here. That's all.
Maybe his list has a sine wave pattern to it.
Number 5, Dolph Ziggler.
Did you get this through AI? Where does this come from?
Well, he's on a technical wrestling ability. He's pretty good. I'll say that. But
not Brett. Yeah.
You,
I better hear Doink's name.
Shinsuke has been far and away the closest to Brett.
Number 6, Kevin Owens.
No.
Number 7, Ric Flair.
Oh God. Give me a.
Number 8.
I'm going to say yes because I watched
say
Flair
yes?
in the 80s. I watched Flair in the 80s when a lot of people I didn't. So I know.
Yes, we know.
Okay, so all right. So Matt is saying yes. So Matt is out for the rest of this. All right, Ego and Brad. The rest of the way, CM Punk.
How do you?
No.
Close for me. Close, but not it.
I mean, he is definitely inspired by Bret Hart, but no. Now, for the final 4, number 9, the genius of the sky, EO Sky. As far as a bell-to-bell talent.
You said technical wrestler, not bell-to-bell talent.
Well, that's like in-ring technique. Shit.
She's great at what she does, but I don't think she's Bret Hart, not the technician style.
All right. Number 10, Samoa Joe.
Great at what he does, but still, I'm on that excellence of execution idea. I'm just not there.
The final two. Number 11, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
No, but he's definitely up there.
Okay. And does Bret Hart run the gauntlet and come out victorious? Number 12, it's true. It's damn true. Kurt Angle.
That was close. Wow.
That's close. He's close to it because he was a.
Very
I
close.
still think. I really, you kind of wanted to see him, and that would have been interesting. Him and Bret. That would have been a very interesting match. I'd say he's up there. I'd say he's up. Is he better than Bret technical wise? I can't say yes, but he's a fantastic wrestler, and his amateur background made him that way. But I still got to go with technical pro wrestler. I have to go Bret Hart.
Okay. So Ego, you agree with this? Ego, do you agree?
I agree. I think Bret runs the gauntlet on that one. I agree.
Okay.
He ran the gauntlet on that one.
Matt said no. Ego and Brad say yes. And that is just something that we do. The little special segments that you guys get when we get to at least a dozen likes. And I'm looking at the chat right now. We're about halfway there. So if you have not yet hit that thumbs up, the button, please do so. It helps us, helps out the channel. Another way to directly support the channel, if you also look down in the description, there's the Joker Voice, the merch store as well. We're doing something a little different before we get into our topics. This coming Saturday, I've been saying it in my videos, we are beginning a new live stream, a Saturday show. This will be a morning show, 10 a.m. Pacific time. This will be specifically more focused on SmackDown and NXT. We'll be going one of the key things for the debut show. We'll be doing the predictions for NXT Heatwave, and we have a special preview just for you guys. Thank you, LeftEyeEgo, for making that. And Eric just asked the question, did I miss the Momo? No, we still have 4 more likes to go until that happens. And Mr. _ hail to you, sir. I'm trying to get that to show up. Hail to you, sir, as well.
Sammy's facial expression was perfect in that.
I know, right?
Like the chakra.
We got Tully Television saying Kurt and AJ are the closest to Bret all the way. He also said there was no doink being mentioned, so 2 thumbs down. And then we got it's going to be Saturday morning, midday collision, the same way the show is Dynamite. Okay. Well, actually, Sunday is also AEW All In, and WWE just happens to be running 2 shows the same day, one a AAA show, one an NXT show. I'm sure that is just a coincidence. Has nothing to do with AEW running a show at all. However, speaking of AEW, as much as we give them a hard time here, most of it deserved. There's something that they're doing that I want to actually highlight for the September 9th show coming up for Dynamite. It is going to be named Rebel Heart Dynamite. This is for a day one talent from AEW. Her name is Tanea Brooks. She was known in ring as Rebel. Rebel got diagnosed in March of this year with terminal ALS. Part of when Kevin Owens came back at SummerSlam during the post show, during the little interview, he was contemplating not coming back to the ring, but seeing Rebel and just her attitude about everything, that was a big part of why Kevin Owens came back to pro wrestling. So part of the show, there's going to be, I believe, I don't quote me on this, but I heard that part of the gate is going to be donated to two ALS charity groups. I've put the link to both of those groups down in the description. One is I Am ALS. One is Team Gleason. Matt, you're the one who has watched AEW the most. Quickly, concisely, give us a little background on Rebel and just the impact that she has had on the wrestling world.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it this way, which is not to say she wasn't a good wrestler or like an interesting person. You know what I mean? But obviously, when you get a condition like ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, Alzheimer's, whatever any condition is, you become more well known for the condition and the impact. Magic Johnson and HIV, So in the sense that this is something great for the cause and inspirational, she's a legend. You know what I mean? Like when you get one of these conditions, I mean, even forget the famous people like us, for example. I could, with my condition, I could have disappeared, not talk to anyone, and not be doing the show. And I'm trying to stay in life and do things and maybe help other people with stuff as much as I can. Saying you can't overcome the disability or whatever. And for when celebrities do it, I don't mean like narcissistic celebrities. When they're saying, I'm going to come back to my thing and be inspirational and all, that to me gives me great hope for what I'm going through, and I'm not dying from this. I'm just trying to recover from it,
Right.
I mean, as far as her wrestling ability, decent wrestler, enjoyable to watch, but like I said, it's her personality and what she's doing now that, you know what I'm saying? I believe she was diagnosed earlier this year. And if they're saying it's fatal, it always is fatal, but it probably
accelerated.
Accelerated rapid onset or something like that. I think I had a couple of relatives when I was a kid who had this, and some of them lasted a long time and some didn't. So I will send prayers out to her and her family and to anyone suffering from this condition. And at least it's spiritual, I will support her as much as I can.
Gotcha. All right, let me answer this question first. This is from Eric Douglas. Who wins the world title first, Julia or the Cowboys? Julia.
Get no respect.
Well, the Cowboys can't win a world title because there is no such thing as a world football title, but they can't win any more titles anyway.
That's right.
They're gonna be expanding overseas. That's all
Mr. Fractured Filter, hello, sir. Glad you are here. And I'm looking at the chat, folks. I'm seeing a dozen likes. Ego, do you know what that means?
Means we get to see her. We get to see her.
And her is who?
MOMO.
Hello, Momo. Thank you, chat. We have plenty of time left in the show. We're going to readjust the goal. 16 likes, folks. 16 likes, and we get not one, but two special segments for next week.
JB, did you link a picture for us so fans know who she is? But obviously, you know who she is. But
I did not link any photos yet. Eric Douglas says, hello, Momo. Momo, yes, we all love Momo here. Ego, your thoughts on just with what AEW is doing and for Rebel?
I mean, we give them a lot of crap for things that they do wrong. So, I mean, when they give it right, you have to give them props for that. I mean, they've been showing a lot of people that have been diagnosed with ALS, and it is a terrible disease. So anytime you can feel like you can spotlight someone and help them out and bring awareness to it, I can't fault them for that at all. I'll give them props.
Okay, this is Rebel right here, guys.
yeah, she's wrestled as Rebel, like a Reba, and Tanea Brooks.
Right. Brad, thoughts?
I pretty much agree with what Ego said. Like I said, it is always a terminal disease. It's just a matter of when you actually die from it. If they're saying it's accelerated, she's at a very young age. Of course, Stephen Hawking had ALS, and he lived for many years before he finally passed away. It just depends on the severity of it and such. But I do think it's a good opportunity for AEW to put a spotlight on an issue and definitely raise some money for any support in the research.
Right, and they've been doing the ice bucket challenges.
Yeah.
The one that made me laugh the most, there was Rebel, and she was with Mick Foley, and Mick Foley was saying that he wasn't gonna take the ice bucket because it's really cold, and Mick doesn't like being cold, and he's gone through so much, and he's put his body through so much abuse through all the years. And Rebel said, Mick, I'm dying here. And I'm just like, wow. So then, as they're still talking, Dr. Britt dumped not one, but 3 ice buckets on Mick, which I thought was great. Okay. We're going to move over to the WWE. We're going to talk a little bit about Monday Night Raw before we get into the later topic here. Monday Night Raw, decent show. We were in Ottawa. The fans if you were just listening to the fans in Ottawa, you wouldn't know it was a decent show because they could not be bothered to get off their phones. And after Raw was over, they taped SmackDown. I'm pretty sure they may be adding some audience noise to SmackDown this Friday, as that will be a taped show.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Why is it a tape show?
Because the next 2 weeks going into Labor Day, there's a lot of shows going on, a lot of traveling for a lot of talent, so they want to give them the week off. So this Friday, they're taping Raw and SmackDown for next week.
Ah, okay.
So we got the finals. We now know who the finals is for the #1 contender to challenge Roman Reigns in Mexico City on September 14th. A very predictable Penta and La Parka match. I don't think La Parka was ever, and the fans did not know who La Parka was. Again, very predictable outcome. Penta with a springboard Mexican destroyer for the win, and in a absolutely great TV match, Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix. This pop the crowd. There was one point where Phoenix is standing on the announce table. Dragon Lee hits the ropes, does a suicide dive into a cannonball, and takes Ray Phoenix out. I think he got faster when he went airborne. That was absolutely ridiculous. Crazy spot there. But next week, we are going to get Ray Phoenix versus Penta. The first time those two have faced off against each other in 6 years, going back to the AEW days. That will happen on the Monday. Sunday, this coming Sunday, they are teaming with Dragon Lee at a AAA show. They will be facing Los Perros del Mal. This will be the first time since coming to the WWE that the Lucha Brothers will be in the ring together. This could be very, very exciting. We also had 2 NXT call-ups, or one made their debut, one was announced. Now we saw a vignette. Girl who likes to shake her hips. Kickboxing. This is Lola Vice. Coming to Raw. Okay, that's interesting. I would have thought she would have gone to SmackDown. That's where her boyfriend is. Now, generally, they keep couples on the same show. Do we think Damian Priest is going to be coming over to Raw, or are they just going to break that narrative all together? And then in the main event with, oh my God, Solo Sikoa is absolutely fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Jey Uso, again, this is a warning shot. Bow.
Oh.
Solo's doing them.
He's doing Neo.
Oh my God.
And then the best though was LA Knight tries to put his hand behind him to let him fall back further, so he's really doing it. I'm sorry, I broke character. It's Lockheed Nignit.
Right. That was great. But in the main event, it was the Usos versus Solo and LA Knight. Out of nowhere, Royce Keys, which Corey Graves initially said, it's Hobbs, and then he had to he corrected himself, and I'm like, ooh, Corey, sorry. Got just blasted. Solo and I believe it was Jimmy through the timekeepers area, and then we see 2 other guys in the ring attacking Jay and LA Knight, and I'm like, OTM is here. OTM, for those who do not know, is a tag team from NXT. OTM stands for Out the Mud. I don't know what that means, but maybe
it means come from the bottom. I'm from the bottom. That's all it means.
Okay.
It's a southern
So the
thing.
bottoms, is that what they're saying?
Wow.
Achieving success from nothing is what
There you go.
they say on AI.
So this is Lucian Price, Bronco Nima, who their biggest run in NXT, they were grouped with Jade Parker for a while, and bringing OTM up, okay, because I've heard that the WWE wants to give new life to the tag team division in the WWE. Really? So you got rid of the Motor City Machine Guns. You broke up DIY. You got rid of the New Day. You still have 2 tag titles that don't need to be on Okay, sure, Paul Levesque, sure. Thoughts overall from Monday Night Raw? Ego, let's start with you.
First of all, I have never seen an entire stadium off beat like I did that crowd during the Oba chant. They both got the chant wrong and the strut wrong. And it kind of let me know this isn't the crowd that I would want to be with. Great match with Ray Phoenix and Dragon Lee. That was awesome. That cannonball, the sound it made, the fact that it looked safe, even though it looked like absolutely destructive, was great. For OTM coming at the end, I guess, but my thought would have been that they would have gone after the Usos and left Solo and LA Knight alone. I guess they're trying to show like an absolute domination type of deal. If you want to call them out the mud as a stable, that's fine. Just don't do no shit like name them Prime Time. That's just don't do that, please.
Well, I've got a thought on this.
I've heard something. I've read something.
I will get to Brad. What have you read, sir?
I've read maybe somewhere that they're thinking of shifting the Bloodline to be more of a face group.
I don't know.
I'm not kidding. That's what I read.
Because
Roman is a heel. I'm just saying what I read.
Okay.
I don't believe that's true. I don't see how they could do it. I don't see why they would. I mean, clearly Solo is just kicking their ass right now, just making fun of them. So
I would not deviate away from that. Here's a theory that I have, and I've also heard this. We know that there's some friction within the bloodline with a certain guy who likes to watch sparkly vampires, who is Team Jacob. Jacob got two and is not having a fun time being in the bloodline, and Jey Uso is treating him like a little bitch. Be careful what you wish for, Jay. We know that Royce Keys has a geographic tie with Jacob. They are friends. I think that it may eventually become revealed, because where was Jacob during all this melee last night?
It may have been a showing of Twilight, special showing.
Possibly. There, you know what, Brad? I like that one. I like that one.
Fatality.
Hello, Mr. Jacob Ironside, our wrench among wrenches. Glad you are here. I think this is going to be Jacob's group. Breaking away. Because we heard Royce say to both Solo and I believe LA Knight, you didn't have where were you last week? Where were you? You didn't have my back. Because Jacob just the last time Royce was in the ring was a street fight with Jacob, and Jacob just destroyed him. I think because I don't see Royce Keys as a leader of a faction type.
Yeah.
But I do think Jacob is definitely that type. So that's where I think that is going.
I like that.
Anyone else thoughts?
Just one little thing on the Penta Parker match.
Mm-hmm.
Parker's a generational gimmick. I think the new guys in Parker a couple of years.
This is the
three.
third.
I thought it was four. Yeah. So the reason you might have had this match where he gets to the semifinals or whatever, because Penta's really good at helping new guys get over. This would be showcasing the new La Parka to people who might not have seen him. So that's why that match would have been more prominent, because otherwise you don't know who La Parka is. You're like, why is this guy against Penta and not someone else? You know.
Well, Keely Chow says he would rather. What? That's wrong one. He would rather watch a Super Bowl that the Patriots won than the Twilight films? Well, there are Child, lucky for you, there are 6 of them to choose from, which is more than the Cowboys have. Just saying.
There's 4 Twilight movies too.
Fatality.
Do the Cowboys have that many championships?
They have 5.
There are more hot chicks in the Twilight films on the Seahawks.
But wait, there was 4 books, and the last film was broken up into 2 movies. So Twilight has the exact same amount of films.
I thought they had 3 books. I don't know. I don't read that shit. I'm not gay.
Well, I mean, ask Shad. He knows. Poor Shad.
He doesn't count. His country got conquered by giant birds.
Wow.
That's dark.
Then the
Jesus.
Seahawks, sure.
That took a dark turn there.
That's
Silly. Wow. That's
put the train back on the tracks real quick. What else we got?
Yeah.
All right. All righty. So, and I also think that the Penta Roman Reigns match, I think the build up to it, again, this is just me speculating here, that the Usos are going to get involved somehow, because about just a couple weeks after that Monday Night Raw in Mexico, it's Worlds Collide in Chicago, the United Center. You know Punk will show up there. Could we possibly get, and again, this is also, again, just happens to be, by coincidence, the same date as AEW's All Out pay-per-view, which I believe is also in Chicago the same day. I guess that's how Matt thinks about All Out. So,
Sorry, I forgot to mute him.
That a prediction of how the show's gonna go?
I think we might get the Usos versus the Lucha Brothers on that show.
It could be entertaining, sure.
And the Lucha Bros would absolutely just make the Usos look like rank amateurs.
Yeah, of course they are.
Wow.
I don't think they could yeet their way down to the ring as well as,
the Usos do the same like 10 moves over and over again.
Wow. We're just gonna start stacking them up.
Oh! Fatality.
We just need to start making a list of all the things that are more championships than the Cowboys have. I mean, it's good. That's go on forever.
Roman Reigns has more championships. Raquel Rodriguez has more tag team championships than the Cowboys have championships.
And the Seahawks.
Ego, you all right there?
Take a drink. Take a swig.
Okay. So I want to talk about this because last week we talked about a Q&A that Russell Votes had about talent not being on TV in the WWE. And a name that was specifically mentioned was Ilya Dragunov. And we had talked about the Moneyball approach that the WWE is taking with who gets pushed and who doesn't get pushed. Literally like 24 hours later, we got word that Ilya Dragunov, it's not an injury, it's not a work visa thing. His contract has expired. He is a free agent. He is no longer with the WWE. Now, the statement that was made by, I guess, internally, everyone in the WWE says that Ilya is a great worker. Duh. But he wasn't a numbers mover. That he just doesn't get over. WWE, that's your job.
Mm-hmm.
That is your job, to put them in positions to get them over. Because I have watched a lot of Ilya Dragunov the matches. He may not have the aura or the catchphrase during his entrance or when the match begins, but by the time that match is over, people are going, holy shit, that was great. And again, we also mentioned that Gunther and Ilya on the same roster would have been a no-brainer. Matches we will also never get to see. Imagine this series of matches, Ilya and Finn. That would have been awesome. And there's part of me that I'm like, okay, the numbers mover thing, okay, I can believe that up to a point. Because as we have said numerous times, the ones who get the push, the ones who get the titles are the ones who either are or the company thinks is going to print the money for them. I get that. But if we're being realistic here, outside of Roman, Punk, Cody, Liv, Rhea, there's nobody that's moving numbers. Not to the degree that they are. And the fact that you're saying that Ilya is just he's not getting over. The fans are not excited when he comes out and wrestles. So you're saying Nia Jax is? You're saying Matt Cardona is? You're saying Jade Cargill is?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Ilya and another guy who's been pushed to the background again, and also Carmelo Hayes. When SmackDown was terrible, absolutely god awful, when those two guys held the United States Championship and we're doing the open challenge, that was the best part of SmackDown. Was match work, in-ring work. These guys got over because the fans got to see them work. So your thoughts on if you're not moving numbers, you're not a priority. And my take of, outside of a very, very few, there's nobody who really moves numbers. Brad, thoughts?
This is a stupid reason. Because admittedly, like you say, people will get merch. But that's if that's how you're judging it entirely, then you should cut everybody. It should just be a dozen people doing the same thing over and over again. And just make it a regular TV show.
And pray they never get hurt.
Well, they can't get hurt. That never happens. Oh, wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah. It's almost like they've forgotten what pro wrestling is.
Right.
Oh, wait, they have. Because TKO is taken over, and it, like you said, it is a Moneyball situation, which explains one of our topics we're going to talk about at the end of the night.
Yes. Now, Io can move numbers kind of, but again, how? But it's not because of her. It's not because of her promo stuff. Io doesn't sell a ton of merch. What gets Io over?
In-ring talent.
absolutely being the best goddamn wrestler on the planet. That's what gets
the
her.
storyline, the push, and
Right.
allows her to demonstrate that.
So
Ilya was, I mean,
phenomenal.
like you said, I was waiting just the opportunity to see him and Gunther
again,
go at it again.
Oh,
that'd have been great.
It would have been great. And Gunther again, not a numbers mover, but a fantastic professional wrestler.
Which explains maybe what's happening with him now.
I also think that TKO has their favorites. I think, and the one of them, and she's on TV every week and has no reason to be, is Jade. I think they are hell-bent and determined to make her a household name.
They paid too much money for it. That's why.
Ego, thoughts on this whole numbers mover?
It's number one, it's damning to say, because if that's the case and you want to be that top 5, top heavy, you're making a case for only one production, which would be Raw, and that's it. That means SmackDown isn't necessary, and all you're doing for NXT is just calling up the next person at Raw, and we're doing that single file because you only want your 5. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes was excellent. I saw some of his NXT matches with Trick Williams and Oba. Those triple threat matches were awesome. Like, there's potential to, all you have to do is look back at the footage and say, yo, run this back now that they're main roster. And with all them doing that.
And for me, the reasoning, the Mello got pushed to the back. He's smaller.
I understand, but I like the match he had with Ilya looked fantastic.
Oh yeah.
But if we're doing this also, like, we're saying, oh, you don't do numbers. Or we talk about merch numbers, because people are still walking around with Austin 316 t-shirts. You want to throw Stone Cold back in there because he's moving merch too? Like, what are we doing? But Dan Housen is selling merch. He's like number 2. Do you want to see him main event for a championship? It'd be hilarious.
More human money's on a pole.
All I'm saying is that when you make things like, oh, this person isn't a mover doing this thing, well, aren't 3 of those 5 either part-time or currently injured? Like, this would be the time that you want to show, if you would. What's really unreal is getting the person in there like, yo, we need to figure out a storyline. Hey, who doesn't have anything going on? Hey, bring them in the room, see what they can come up with, because it will be led by them, and they're making their own push. They're creating their own push, and it shows we believe in the talent that we paid millions of dollars to. Not doing that means this is completely ridiculous.
Okay. Matt, so Karrion Kross, in his epic rant that he did, basically called out WWE on this. You know, you're not moving numbers. You're not moving numbers. The old Vince adage, got to go out and grab that brass ring. And Karrion said it doesn't do any good if you get yourself over if you're getting throttled by creative. If they're not putting you on TV, you have no chance to be seen, and you don't do a lot of the house shows. So, okay, let me set.
I thought you were done.
Was Karrion Kross right in calling out WWE or TKO in this case?
Mostly yes, a little bit no. And let me, with the Ilya issue and all this, you've heard me guys say this for months now. WWE, the TKO Endeavor, whatever you want to call it, does not develop a mid-card. There are no real
we know.
There are no real mid-card storylines. There's no long-term plotting other than the bloodline arc, basically, and 1 or 2 other little ones. And like even the 6-month arc with Oba and Brock, that was Brock and Paul doing that. That wasn't WWE Creative doing that, you know. And so guys like Ilya, who's a high mid-carder, basically, he needs a good series of strong storylines on an ongoing basis by creative and management. And sometimes what happens with those guys is they elevate up out of that and become the source of the storyline themselves. That's when you get the top guys, you know, who can generate storyline and be good in the ring. And we're going to see this because I think someone up in the big corporate towers of Endeavor is looking at the budget for WWE and say, wait a minute, I'm making a number up here. They have like $800 million annual budget and like 300 talent on line. And I'm looking at the net losses. And like half of these guys aren't making anything, not on TV. Why do they have it on a contract? So when the contract comes up, like in Karrion Kross or whatever, or it's near the end, they're like, why are we signing this guy if we're not going to put him on TV? Meaning the business guy is saying, creative, if you're not going to put him on TV, I'm not going to authorize a contract for him. And W Creative has been floundering with this guy for, what was his faction called?
It was him and AOP. God.
With Paul Ellering and
Yeah, one of those
what the
dark
hell?
factions. And
I forget the name because
he and Eller were good vocalizers for these guys and got him along as a good mid-card team. Remember another flounder? Remember the Wyatt Six? They hit strong and just disappeared.
God.
You know, now that would have been a good mid-card faction. And, you know, that's what's happening. I think someone in the upper levels of Endeavor at the budget level is saying, looking at the spreadsheet, saying, wait a minute, we're paying Ilya Dragunov, making up numbers, $1 million per year. His merch is like $200,000, and his TV time is like once a month. Like,
and that's another thing. That's another thing because I had heard again. This came from I believe Mike Johnson from PW Insider that WWE wanted to keep him. The problem was there was what Ilya thought he was worth, what the WWE thought he was worth, and they were apparently very on opposite ends. So Ilya decided he's gonna go bet on himself, and he walked, and I'm like, good. Ilya will find work. That is not a question. I would not be surprised if he shows up in London this Sunday because they have a gauntlet match. I would not be shocked if he shows up there.
Is there any no compete issue? There wouldn't be necessarily because his contract ran out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If they release you, then that's the 90 days.
Right.
No
That's
compete.
right.
There is an announcement for AEW that there will be a surprise wrestler at some point. So,
well, there's also going to be there is a trios match. You got Dito with Hangman Page, and right now it's just against Swerve.
yeah.
So Swerve needs two guys to join him. Austin Creed, Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's
Who were they?
They were called we may
They were Brand New Day. That's right. They were the Spider-Man group.
We may talk about them as it's clear that WWE TKO have again dropped the ball, which is just a series of fumbles and drop balls. They apparently their own balls haven't dropped yet. But that brings us to the staple of this show.
Always keep a smile on your face.
It is the Wednesday Night's Overbooked Top 5, where we take a wrestling topic and we give our 5 best takes. Our number 5 take gets 1 point. Our number 1 take gets 5 points. And at the end, Bradley Burnett changes his name to Price Waterhouse to give us the clear, scientific, definitive answer for this topic. The TKO era. A lot of miscues, a lot of fumbles, a lot more than I thought. I thought this would be a tougher list. It's actually tough of which goes into the top 5. So we're going to give the top 5 WWE fumbles in the TKO era. Ego, your number 5, sir.
The only reason I have him at number 5 is because I didn't necessarily see his matches like you guys did. So I'm saying that I have Ilya at number 5. I've
Okay.
seen his work, and I understand. It's just I didn't get to see him live, but I do know his matches with Gunther would have been bangers. Like it would have been amazing.
Wars. Absolute
Okay.
wars.
Man, so I got him at number 5.
Just two guys just literally beating the shit out of each other.
The chops alone. Wow.
All right, Brad, you're number 5.
All right. Well, my list is not really going to be about like individual releases and that sort of things. It's just general maneuvers, decisions. And the first one, I'm going to put it number 5, and this would be, it could have been higher, but I was prioritizing things. And that's when, for some reason, we thought we could not finish a story. We could let someone else come in and take over the story and don't finish the story, and let The Rock come in and take the spot for WrestleMania 40.
40, WrestleMania 40. Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember when Cody had already won the Royal Rumble?
Trust me, I know.
I know you don't know much about The Rock, and you don't like to remember certain things about him because of the way, I mean, you were such a huge Rock fan that you don't remember the bad things. You don't remember the good.
Go fuck yourself.
Gee, there's one of the good things you remember.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
Which is actually what Cody should have said when The Rock came in and said, basically, I'm taking over. That was terrible because they literally had, which means basically the WrestleMania was set with Cody Rhodes. TKO comes in, and The Rock, for some reason, I don't know, was that when Black Adam failed? I don't remember. Bottom line, bottom line, he comes in, it's like, I'm taking over. I need to do something. I need some money. And he just pushes Cody out, and it's so pissed off the fans, they had to, after 2 weeks, they're like, we got to go back to it. And then it just became so awkward and weird. And honestly, I wonder if that's what resulted in Cody not winning that time.
That would have been WrestleMania 39.
Oh God, did I get my number screwed up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, The Rock got involved starting with WrestleMania 40, but Cody lost to Roman at WrestleMania 39.
Okay, then I forgot with Cody being the main event all the time. It's just too much to keep track of.
Right.
Basically, Rock interferes with WrestleMania.
Okay. Matt, you're number 5.
This is pretty simple and straightforward. You and I have both complained about this one. Julia. Woman is a phenomenal wrestler, very charismatic. She's also Italian, so she's one of my people. And she's attractive, so she's showmanship with the wrestling and the beauty and all that. And what did they turn her into? Like, I think she gets more freaking airtime than she does.
Yeah.
But then again, she has more championships than the Seahawks, so that might be why. But
maybe, possibly. Yeah. As much as that hurts my soul, Julia did not make my list. But speaking of what Brad talked about,
hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
That led to WrestleMania 41, where the storyline was set. The final boss was back. He wants Cody's soul. That specific moment led to something else that may be mentioned later on. And when it came time to pay this entire angle off at WrestleMania, Rock was nowhere to be found.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
Well, that's why he listened to Cody. That's what he was doing at WrestleMania. He was off in the corner effing himself.
Wow. I can't say that. Wow. Keely, that's dark. I can't say that. That's wow. So I
just want to classify it. So I read it down.
WrestleMania 41.
No Rock.
Okay. All right. Ego, It is time for your number 4, sir.
Number 4, this is being currently labeled as a fumble by me. Ball's not all the way out, but it's juggling. It's about to fall out. This Blake Monroe slow rollout. Like, it's been, what, 2 or 3 months, and she just had her first match, and it
wasn't a match. It wasn't a match.
It was a squash, and then it basically...
It wasn't even that. It was an angle. It was an angle. That's all it was.
I'm like, it's been 3 months, and someone that had, I said last year, best match of the year, one of the best I'd ever seen, fantastic feud that you actually got from AEW, put in NXT, shot her up to SmackDown, and she's just been doing vignettes in a dressing room, which is probably just a closet. Like, and she's doing vignettes that wind up on like Instagram and X, and she's doing cameos. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing for someone that can actually be?
Which I'm just saying, if anyone wants to send me a cameo, Blake Monroe talking to me, I will not object to that at all. Just saying.
That's fine. I mean, yeah, it's just this rollout is annoying, and for her being the woman from hell and being able to show that kind of violence for how gorgeous and glamorous she tries to portray herself, you're not showing us that, and it's falling completely flat. It's ridiculous. I've got it at number 4.
Okay. Brad, you're in number 4.
One of the best things about WrestleMania is everyone gets a shot at it.
Oh, no.
And when I say everybody, I mean cities get a shot at it. It's an opportunity for a city for a whole week to just like relive the WrestleMania experience. All the fans come, and how exciting was it going to be? The Crescent City, the Big Easy, New Orleans. Oh wait, hold on. We made a lot of money in Vegas. Let's do it again. Roll it back. Yes, roll it back. Yeah, you guess what? If your thoughts is roll it back, you should rethink your thoughts, because that's never a good idea. So literally yanking the rug out of New Orleans. What was it? Like 2 or 3 weeks ago? When was it? It was set for like a month or something. And then it's like, no, we're doing Vegas again because Vegas made money. And then did Vegas really make money?
Well, they made more money this year than they did last year.
Well, there's a reason why. Yeah, hey, do you know why? Do you know why movies make more money now than they did in 1977 when Star Wars came out?
Why?
It's called inflation and ticket prices rising. Oh my God. I guess we're never going to talk about that either in this. But my problem is WrestleMania 42, New Orleans to Vegas.
Okay. Yeah. Matt, you're number 4.
I heard inflation is a new luchador from Japan.
Oh, okay.
My number 4 is I mentioned it before, the complete failure to develop a mid card. That's my number 4.
Okay, hang on.
Yes, we know.
Mid card. Got it. My number 4 was an angle that they played out in ring. This would have been, this ended up being a great on-screen moment. They're celebrating the anniversary of the formation of the New Day. It's in the ring. Big E comes out. Big E has not wrestled. He's not going to wrestle anymore because of his neck. And he's saying that, I'm still going to be with you guys. I may not be in the ring, but I'm going to be at ringside. I'm going to be your manager, blah, 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 blah. And Kofi and Xavier turn on Big E. And the heat that those two got was ridiculous. It was nuclear level heat. And what did the WWE do? Well, didn't have them on TV for the next 4 weeks. Whatever momentum, whatever momentum they had, Gone. Gone. And now they're gone. The New Day heel turn fumble. Massive fumble. All right, Ego, you're number 3.
Before I say this, let me say this.
Uh-oh.
Listen to me now. Leave me later on. Please don't kick me. Jade Cargill.
That's
But we haven't heard anything more. You got to say more because you may be redeeming yourself for a lot of shit.
Go on.
Okay. Jade Cargill was supposed to be, in my mind, was supposed to be the superstar WWE wanted that could do the social media angles, that looked the part, that could be that actress, that could be a powerhouse wrestler, that they could slap a belt on. They basically got a superhero and found out she couldn't fly. And to make matters worse, little did we know that she was Acme and that everyone she would wrestle would be Wile E. Coyote. So without developing her, having her in NXT for enough time, you send a defective Acme product and put her on so many Wile E. Coyotes that they should sue right now, which is kind of the premise of the movie, if I'm being honest with you. So Jade Cargill being underdeveloped and overused is my number 3.
Your ruler has arrived.
I kind of agree with Ego, but I kind of think it's more the fact they actually thought they could make something out of her because they saw what she was.
That's what I meant. Yeah. For what
Okay.
They was. They didn't ask any follow-up questions or do any training to verify, like, can she be that good? They just threw her in there and said, make it happen. So, yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Brad, you're number 3.
My number 3 is kind of tying in what I was talking about before, the over commercialization of the live product. We now have ticket prices that are going insane. And we're getting away from storylines. We're just sticking celebrities in left and right. We're focusing on experience as opposed to stories building up to WrestleMania. I mean, think about this year. What did we have? Remember, that was it. But my point is, we were a couple weeks away from WrestleMania, and we didn't know what the hell was going on. Mm-hmm. We knew the ticket prices were expensive. We knew that sales weren't great. So I think TKO is just like focusing too much on the money, the commercialization, and not the product itself. So and then I'm going to have one that's going to tie in right after at number 2, which still pisses me off. Oh, the other point of the over commercialization, we don't need SummerSlam to be 2 nights. Screw that. This 2-night stuff, stop making everything 2 nights. Only WrestleMania.
The Rumble.
You could do the Rumble 2 nights. That's fine. Yeah, but you can't keep doing this. It's too much.
2 nights.
All right, Matt, your number 3.
My number 3 is Braun Who. You see this guy called Braun Breaker, who was up and coming. We all enjoyed his matches, good storylines, and now he's like a glorified Otis. He just shows up, does a few moves, then isn't on camera. It has it's like they deliberately crush him, and if they were smart, they would have kept him and Oba on different shows for the next 3 years and let them both have a similar path, and then collide at Clash of Champions or WrestleMania or something, but they weren't smart. So
I think that the Monday night, the contract signing, it was a good performance from Braun. Braun handled himself well.
Mm-hmm.
Oba's just did the better. Just better.
I agree that Oba is.
He's a better talker. And he just comes across as a more polished product than.
I 100% agree. I'm just saying, Braun was doing well. They kept it separate. We got a great rivalry in 2 or 3 years instead of the rush to beat everyone with Oba.
All right, my number 3, Ego. Hiring Jade Cargill was a huge fumble by TKO. They saw the look and they rolled out the red carpet. And yes, her debut in the Rumble, she had a holy shit moment. And they all of a sudden saw stars in their eyes and like, we're going to make so much money on her, and nothing. And they are hell-bent and determined. This is a sinking ship. Cut your losses, WWE. Cut.
Stop rearranging the deck chairs. Listen to the band.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ego, it is time for your number 2, sir.
Number 2. There are certain times where we want a heel turn and see what would happen, and then there are times where we can't do it.
Sir.
Wow.
Ooh,
sir. Go on, Ego.
Sorry. And there are times when it's too late to do the heel turn, especially when you're telling everyone it's your last year. That was the John Cena heel turn.
Ooh, good one.
Frankly, if you think about it, if I were John Cena, I would never have agreed to do it because, in retrospect, it sounds like that was The Rock's out. Well, hey, I can get out of the scot-free because we got John Cena turning heel on Cody Rhodes, and now everyone hates him, so I can kind of disappear in the background.
Rock, go fuck yourself.
Like, Travis Scott's like permabanned ever since that night for busting Cody's eardrum. And so it was a terribly mismanaged move. It was 10 years behind the curve. Take the good guy lap for that year. You could have actually did your open challenge the entire year, wrestled anyone from up and comers to legends, and walk off into the sunset. But turning heel, it falling flat, and then trying to come back and say, well, hey, it was hugely successful, was tone deaf. So I've got that at number 2.
All right. Brad, your number 2.
My number 2 is WrestleMania 43.
Saudi.
Yeah. Which ties into sort of my number 3, but specifically this, because yes, they are going to make a shit ton of money because it's Saudi Arabia.
They already have.
I know.
Have money.
I know. But they're going to make more. And the problem is WrestleMania is the Super Bowl for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I would have accepted would have been London, because I think Americans could get there.
It's
a hub. It's a hub. You're getting to Saudi Arabia. That's at least a 14-hour flight. You're not getting there cheap. Look, it's tough to go see. I mean, Joker and I looked at ticket prices for WrestleMania in Vegas, and it was expensive as hell. Can you imagine going to Saudi Arabia? And also, let's not forget all the wonderful costumes that the women will be wearing.
Yep. And you can't drink there.
Nope.
Unless you're very rich.
Well, yeah, you know what the royal family does. Come on, let's be serious. We know what the people do.
I gotta pay those Riyadh season prices.
Yeah. So you're gonna see basically what you see at the Crown. I was about to say Crown Jewel matches,
somebody's got the whiskey on the mind.
But the bottom line is just see those matches, see the crowds. That's what you're going to get. And again, it just goes to not being a product about pro wrestling anymore. It's just a cash cow. Moving to WrestleMania, moving it to Riyadh, and don't think it's going to stop this one time.
No. Should have gone to London first. They would have. The Wembley Stadium would have been packed. Absolutely,
would have been insane.
All right, Matt, you're number 2.
I am 53 years old. I've watched professional wrestling since I was 4 or 5 or 6, somewhere around there. WWE, NWA, AWA, New Japan, Glow.
Yes, we know.
I can go on and on with dozens of federations. In all of that wrestling, if you said make a top 5 list of the times that a pro wrestling company destroyed a guy's push so hard, it was like a freight train full of nitroglycerin go over a cliff into a volcano. If you would say to make that list, then one of the top 2 on that, if not number 1, what they did to Jacob Fatu earlier this year. The guy was like that freight train, and then they crashed him into the volcano, Like we talked about that. It felt like he was the freight train, and then 6 seconds later, he was like a minor league afterthought.
Yep.
That was really good, man. That was good. That was a good way of putting it. That was great.
I'm sorry, who are we talking about? Oh, that's kind of how they're treating him.
Team Jacob.
Oh, that's right. Maybe that's why. Maybe they found out he was a Twilight fan.
Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe
My
so.
number two infuriated me. Infuriated fans. We've been telling a story for 7 months around 3 talent. The 3 Joshis on Raw. Asuka, Kairi, Io. Telling the story. And when 2 weeks prior to Mania, the perfect place to pay this off, Kairi Sane is released by the company. Now, they gave us the Asuka Io match at a month later, which honestly is probably, as far as the match goes, a blessing in disguise, because they gave Io and Asuka 18 minutes at Mania. They might have gotten 5 or 7.
Match of the year candidate for sure.
So we got a great match, but the emotional connection, the core of the story, was just not there. So it felt just a little hollow. The releasing of Kairi Sane before the story could pay off absolutely pissed me the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is time for our number ones. Ego, your number one, sir.
All right. I know I make what seem like a lot of emotional claims, and the backup to them is kind of funny, but this one's pretty serious for me. I've been following this wrestler's career for about 8.5 or 9 years. So this is back when even before I met my wife. I followed her through her indies when their matches were on Facebook Live at points. I followed clips they did on YouTube. I've been following their Instagram for about 6.5 to 7 years. I saw her go from indies to Ring of Honor to TNA to debuting at the Rumble as the Women's TNA Champion. And as it stands, for the last 78 days, she sat in fucking catering. Jordan Grace not being utilized at all on the SmackDown roster as a female powerhouse who can do vignettes, who can actually do the social media, who can actually do the power moves that Jade cannot do, and who would be a necessary presence, at least to make things stable in SmackDown, is atrocious and a travesty. So I'm making an emotional appeal with this one, but that's my number one. Jordan Grace being completely put in catering for 78 days.
That is so cute.
Ego, her last match on SmackDown was before WrestleMania. That's been 4 months. Over 4 months. Brad, your number one.
My number one is the entire John Cena retirement tour.
Mm-hmm.
It obviously includes the heel turn, which could have happened earlier on, and the failure to stick with it, and the opportunity to have matches they could have had.
Mm-hmm.
It's like look, this is basically the Hulk Hogan of this generation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. John Cena carried the company for a long time. And And look, I'm not a huge John Cena fan. I respect his work in ring. I respect what he does for Make-A-Wish. He's a great ambassador for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe he was really interested in the idea of turning heel. And then when everything went bad, it got fumbled. And then the involvement with The Rock. And then Travis Scott.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
He tried his best. He tried his best to justify it. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? This is a better acting job that he's doing in Peacemaker. But it still was disrespectful.
This was a PR nightmare.
Yeah. They had an opportunity to do something that could have been really great. And look, it may never have happened, but could you imagine if Cena just called up Adam Cole and was like, dude, could you get a weekend off? Or just imagine if somehow that could have happened. Could you imagine Edge and John Cena just one last time? I know it's a dream. It would have never happened. But the idea that they get, honestly, the one that I enjoyed most of the John Cena matches, him and AJ Styles.
AJ Styles was great.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic match. It was a fun match. And just the homage they paid to everyone, I loved it. So, the complete fumbling of John Cena's retirement tour.
Okay. Matt, your number one.
My number one, simple and straightforward. It is the Endeavor / TKO purchase of WWE.
Okay.
That is far and away the worst fumble. I don't get me wrong. I thought Vince selling ultimately was a good thing. But I don't remember who the other people offering interesting parties were. But Embracer, who is a capital holding group that invests in entertainment properties essentially to make money, has shown me that they do not get WWE in the same way that AOL Time Warner did not get WCW. And I don't think they're doing it as badly. I think Triple H has enough power to kind of direct the herd a little bit. But WWE is struggling right now. And,
they are struggling creatively. They're not struggling financially.
No, I'm saying right.
What
the short term is still going great. They have a lot of talent who attract, but they're retiring. And then these younger guys,
Right. My number one, Brad, I agree with you. The entire John Cena farewell tour, starting at the Chamber with the heel turn.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
Which I'm gonna look back, and this may be the greatest top 5 we've ever done, because I don't think I've played that more in any show ever.
And Eagle has not been kicked off the entire show.
That's true.
That's
True.
the first ever.
It's also the end of the month, by the way.
Right. I know. So we'll get to that. Matt, I'm talking. Be quiet. Kidding, man. So we've got the entire run. They tried to make it work, but again, this started at Elimination Chamber in February, about a month prior to SummerSlam. So in July, they gave it 5 months, and at the end, John was like, "No, I'm a face again, just on a dime." And it was bungled. The entire thing was bungled. Awful. So that's my number one. There was a lot to go through here. While Brad is tabulating, as he said, it is the last of the month. Ego, do you have the results first for the chat and their fatality mic drops? Who came out on top?
For fatality mic drops, it is a one Keely Child that came out on top with 6 total.
And who came out on top for the panel?
For the panel, the mic drop fatality champion is it's Brad again with 19.
Holy shit, Brad! Wow! Holy crap!
I know
How
at
long
least
have I
7
held
of
this
those.
belt?
7
How
of those
long
were
were
in
we-
my expense, mind you. 7 at least.
Since we started this,
So when did we start this? Like last September? What was this? Is this a year now?
Yeah, you're going on.
I'm getting tired, guys. My shoulders are hurting. I'm not a young man, Ego. You need to take this. Come on, step up your game. Make your son proud.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I hate you.
We're old men. You got to carry our buckets.
The problem is the mid-card is letting us down, guys.
We'll try and develop you, Ego. Damn it! What are you doing? You're
It's
not
a work
taking
in
the
progress,
brass ring. You got to seize the brass ring, Ego.
I mean, maybe next year. He's kind of in evolve right now. Maybe
He's
next year.
making progress. We look. There's definitely development. We got him off the Jade train.
Goldberg train.
We got him off of Jey Uso. Thank God.
Don't be the machine of this team, Ego. Don't be the machine of this team.
I mean, Jey Uso's kind of like, herpes that flares up now and then.
I mean, Jay might know something about that. I'm just saying.
She might want to get a warning shot.
Bow. All
All
right,
right, I
Brad.
think I've sorted something out.
All right, Brad. It looks like we have a clear number one, a distant number two, and a tie for third.
Do you have a tie for? I don't know. Well, it depends on how you're doing this. I'm counting Ego saying Cena's heel as the Cena retirement stuff because I think that kind of folds in.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with what I have written down. So
Okay.
I think number one is Cena.
Correct.
I got 14 points on Cena.
Likewise.
Right. So now I have a tie for number two.
Okay, and your tie.
And that's with, I'm sorry, not number, what? I did that wrong. Sorry. Number two is Jade because you and Ego had Jade with 3 points.
Correct.
And the number 3 is going to be the tie, which is 5 points with TKO and Jordan Grace.
Correct. That's what I have.
Oh man, this is getting tiring. I'm getting tired of this. Okay, sorry.
Wow. Well, and wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, we also should point out that the Saturday show does not count towards mic drop points.
Maybe it might. It's my show.
Now you're changing the rules.
It's my shows. I whatever way. Speaking of
challenge.
Speaking of, for those of you who may have come in late, we're going to re-give you the sneak preview of what is coming this Saturday, 10 a.m. The Saturday shoot, Saturday 10 a.m. Myself, Matt, Laurence Knight will be there for the show. Maybe a new face here and there, but
You need the belt for the Saturday show.
I work on it later. But that that will do it for this edition of Wednesday Night is Overbooked. Let's go around the horn and show for ourselves. Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up, sir?
Well, so I actually finally released a video. It is my review of a Spider-Man Brand New Day. So check that out. The upcoming short that just dropped today is about the fact that I'm not sure if you knew it, but thank you. I'm not sure if you knew it, but R. Kelly is actually in this movie. Check out the video in my short if you want to know how that happened.
Wow. Wow.
I thought it was bad enough Jean Grey was murdering people.
Apparently not. Okay. Mr. Captain, sir, back in command, would do a better job with Starfleet than Kurtzman does. What do you have coming up, sir?
As soon as we're finished here, I will be publishing this week's episode of Wormhole Watch. We were out last week because the basically the crew was on their own away missions, so no one was around really to watch. So we skipped a week. We have this week's episode, which is called Starship Down. It is the 7th episode of season 4. Also, you can check out my review of last week's Puppet episode from Strange New Worlds. Guys, I'm 12 away from 1,000 views on this video, so please join in. Let's make this one. I like getting over 1,000. That's a rare happening. So
it is cool. It is cool.
Yeah.
When it happens.
And I picked up like 12 new subscribers in the last week, so also pretty cool. I'm almost at 600. Next week on Wormhole Watch, we'll have a special guest star. X-Ray Girl will be joining us for next week's show.
Nice.
And then we got Quarter Black right after that.
Okay. I like it.
I'm just collecting Nerdrotic members, basically.
Yeah, and there are some wrestling fans in that group, and yet they're not talking over here. I mean, maybe if someone had it in over there, maybe they could throw a word in or something. I'm just saying.
I mentioned things, but you were at the meetup.
I was drunk. It's fine.
You shouldn't get locked out of your apartment. Like I got locked out of my hotel room.
Well, just saying. The nocturnal, invigorated Terminator. Matt, what do you have coming up, sir?
I think tomorrow we're on Roman's show for a review of the Horrible Lanterns TV show.
Oh God!
And next week we'll be back here talking wrestling. Well, Saturday we'll be talking wrestling at 10 in the morning, and then we're back here talking wrestling next week again.
Yes, and that 10 a.m. is Pacific time. 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm not doing 10 a.m. East Coast time. I'm not waking up at 7.
East Coast is 1 in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And yes, as was said, I will be on with Roman of the Empire tomorrow. We go back to the regular talking movies next week. This week we're going over the episodes of Lanterns that we have seen.
Oh God.
I got duped into this show. I thought, okay, I like Green Lantern. Didn't know anything about who was working on the show. I get to the opening credits and I see Tom King and Damon Lindelof, and I'm just like, oh God, damn it. And yes, the Saturday shoot, also back here for Wednesday Night is Overbooked. Thank you everyone for stopping by. You are always great here. Also, I'm about 815 subscribers. I'm also just a shade under 2,000 watch hours, 1,000 more to get to 3, so I can get grandfathered in before the 8,000 threshold starts next year. Thank you so much, you guys. Again, share this out with your friends. Get these watch hours up. Let's get this show monetized so we can start doing memberships and do cool stuff with that. We can do super chats. which we can have a lot of fun with that as well. But until Saturday, keep talking, keep smiling, have a great rest of your week. Until then, take care and always have fun.
Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.